How's it going, creative people? I hope you all are doing well. We are back at it again with another dog douche or dog daddy, douche daddy, whatever his name is. He's helping a cattle dog's family of 5. So it's been a long while, and of course I figured this would be a nice feisty one to start the day off with. Of course, using everything under Fair Use Act for education, criticism purposes, giving my opinion. I have no respect for this guy, so I don't care. A lot of people are going to hate on this. Surprisingly, a large number of people love this guy, and they don't see anything wrong with it. So that's why I'm here, to give my opinion, personal opinion from common sense, and my educated opinion, because I actually have studied and understand dogs. And I will say that, first off, dogs don't need a leader. Dogs don't need a pack leader. Dogs are not pack animals. Actually, dogs might have a more close relationship with the coyote than they do the wolf, which would explain a lot more of their behavior. I'm going to be doing more research on this so I can give you a proper, educated video with, all sorts of proof and my sources and whatnot in the future. So if anybody has great sources where they've studied that or heard that, then feel free to let me know in the description below. But so if you want to watch this dummy here, scare a dog and flood them, then that's what we're going to be getting into. So let's get started. So first off, of course, we have every dog here is being flooded. This dog it's really easy to, abuse a dog, mentally overwhelm them, flood them, whatever you want to say. When they have a muzzle on, you have a leash on, you can do anything and they can't bite you. That just... Look, I've worked with a couple of dogs that I required to have a muzzle on because I wouldn't be anywhere near them because they did have a serious bite history. But I did not use that. They were off leash. I did not use that as, false security for myself, so now I can do whatever I want with the dog. Dogs have the right to accept petting. They have believe it or not, dogs actually should have a right. They can give consent and remove consent at any time. So just because they're, we see them as a lesser animal, a different species, doesn't mean it's any different than if we were trying to throw a rope on any of these women or this gentleman and go and start groping and touching them, going on their face and getting in their space. So first off, this is, way too many people, way too much stimulation. This dog is not going to learn anything. They're learning by fear, force, pain, intimidation. He's going to make this dog mentally shut down. So now it's fighting. He has it on a slip lead, so he's causing pain. I don't know what he's trying to accomplish. This dog is just, it's bright, it's sunny, it looks hot. I'm a very hot person, so I overheat very easily. To me, 68 and under is comfortable. 68 might even be a little bit warm. But anyway, I'm an Eskimo. I'm very cold-blooded. So with this dog, we're, panicking. I don't see if there's anybody that has water around, but if the dog is going to be getting this amped up, they should have water available. They should have shade. These people are out in the sun. Too many dogs, too many people. When you do these workshops like this, you have, say you have 100 people here, and you've got, out of those 100 people, there's groups of 4. So you have if I do my math right, maybe 25 families. Either way, even if my math is wrong, you can only spend, if you're here for 3 hours or whatever, you can only spend 10 minutes with each family. That's not really, it's okay, check next, check next, check next. Like what Jeff Gellman does. He's with his podcast, how do you fix this behavior? E-call it next. Prong call it next. Make the walk suck next. That's not going to help anybody. But they're going to see results. They already see results. Whether they, she seems really comfortable with it, really happy. She doesn't seem as comfortable. He doesn't look like he's terribly comfortable with the way he's interacting with this dog, but who knows? In the end, all people care about is results. And this guy, and a lot of people like him, with his flashiness, it's all about his image, which I have nothing against anybody who wants to look nice. You can dress however you want, as long as it's, you're not doing anything inappropriate or illegal or anything. But he does this because of status. The totality of circumstances. If he were just like this and he were not doing any of this with dogs, of course I would have no problem with that. Hey, dress however you want to dress. Just like if he dressed in, all camo and he was, working with these guys. That's fine. But the fact that he's just so aggressive and, yes, in my opinion, abusive with animals, I'm going to get, probably 1,500 people coming here saying, oh, he's not abusive, you're just a pansy, blah, 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 blah. Okay, all right, well, you can make your little, the opinions of 10,000 men is of no value if none of them know anything about the subject. So there you have it. Moving on. All these dogs, they're also overstimulated, over threshold. Again, he's showing them, hey, look, I can pet this dog now. The dog is just so overwhelmed. And I also like to point out the sun, too, because the sun can be in the dog's eyes as much as it can be in ours. We have the ability to put sunglasses on. The dog does not. So it may be blinding to them. There may be shadows. It could be a lot of different things that could affect them and their behavior. And a dog can give you consent to pet them and take it away at any point. I know people see them as animals, crazy little gremlin over here, but they still have rights. And I don't know what he's trying to do here. Oh, of course, he's going to do this whole, we saw the whale eyes, the dog's panting. He backs away and then he's going to call the dog and the dog doesn't want to come to him because he was just being aggressive with the dog. So then he pops it on the leash. Jerk, 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 jerk. Jerk, jerk, jerk. And drags the dog, literally drags the dog over. Drags. And then he's trying to touch it on the head, but he's doing it in like the dumbest way possible. And normally, if it was like someone who meant well, I wouldn't be this harsh on them. I wouldn't say things like dumbest or whatnot, but like he's just stupid. He doesn't know what he's doing. And he gets paid at least $400 a pop to work with someone for 10 minutes. Wow. But that's neither here nor there. The way he's going to touch this dog. So first you drag it over there. It's uncomfortable. It has a muzzle. Then you have them pointing to where the sun could be in their eyes. Your hand comes up from above, flat, whereas earlier you were actually jabbing at the dog. See, earlier your hands were used as kind of a weapon when the dog was freaking out, and you kind of jabbed at them a little bit. See? So now you want to come back and touch him. Your hand comes down on top of the head, and then he just quick pat and run away. As soon as he touched that dog, lip lick. Did you catch that? If not, we'll catch it again. Okay, so as soon as he touches his dog, touch, lip lick. Looking away, saying, get away from me. It's only here because you have it on this, I'm assuming prong collar. God, I hope it's not a prong collar, but because as tight as he has it on this dog, that's got to be painful. And we have the cameraman here, which really doesn't help because he's distracting the dog. This dog is so stressed. You're just waiting another lip lick. You're waiting for another redirection. His hand is going out here, from the blind side, by the chest. It's petting the dog. The dog's not really paying attention. His hand comes out over here, really threatening, really wide, over top of the dog, lip lick. You're causing this dog to bite. These people are essentially paying a man to just tease their dog and teach it to be more hand shy. But people are going to say, oh, the dog sat when he did that. Oh, that's impressive. A 4-year-old could get this dog to sit without ever touching them, okay? This guy is just, he's an idiot. He is. He's an idiot and he's dangerous, but he gets results with dogs because he mentally, psychologically, and physically at times abuses them. Hangs them, chokes them, with a prong collar, with a slip leash. He's just tormenting animals. And yet he has, I'm sure, millions of followers and, okay, I'd like to, have see where people are, 5 years later, if they still have their dog, if their dog's still alive after having a visit with him or after following his technique. And people tell me all the time, my dog's great. I feel sorry for your dog because your dog is shut down emotionally and does not have any say-so whatsoever. Whale eyes, panting, he's dragging it towards him again. I don't know what he's trying to accomplish. And he's going to pop it to come towards him again because he's too stupid to realize what he's doing is going to cause the dog to not want to go towards him. But it's all about him, all about the human. God, this poor dog. Tail tucked, if it has the tail. Oh, okay, so it tried to attack him and now he's choking it. A touch again. Prong collar. Jesus, dude. See, he's causing all of this. He is causing this. I don't know if this dog, clearly it's probably human reactive, and I wonder why. He's making it worse. I mean, there are none so blind as those who refuse to see. And in the land of the blind, not literally, the man with one eye is king. So because he gets any kind of, because he has a whole thing about him, he looks a certain way because he has, whether it's for the fancy clothes or not, he has his own little image. And he's over here getting results of some sort with this dog. People think, oh, it's okay. Because they don't want to admit that they're taking their dog to be harmed and scared and abused and mentally and psychologically and possibly physically harmed by this guy. Because they don't want to do that themselves. But the dog doesn't care. The dog is not going to tell you you're a moron. I mean, I will, but that's not the point. Look, the dog does not care if you made a mistake as long as you change it. Accept that this is not right. I have done this very thing with my own Shiba when I knew nothing. When I was just as stupid as this guy, but I was following a trainer who taught me to do this with a prong collar. And when my Shiba would get reactive at 6 months old, I would pull up on the prong collar and I would pop, and it just made him worse and worse, and he would redirect on me because he didn't have a muzzle on. And I said, you know what? That's not working. I didn't want to start with it to begin with, but we got into trouble. I didn't have I went to a stupid trainer in the first place, and they taught me this. It went against everything that I had ever stood for. And I said, I don't have to do this. You can change. She doesn't look too impressed by it. God, this poor dog. I mean, he's causing all of this. He is causing all of this. If he came nowhere near the dog, they were in the home, they were in the backyard, he didn't have a leash or anything, and he just stood there, this dog would totally ignore him. He's causing this reaction. So when he gets control of the dog by flooding them, then, okay, oh, he's great. He's the Messiah. He's whatever. I don't know what he's trying to do. He's still trying to pet her. He's not realizing that everything he's doing, pet her or him, I don't know, I saw the pink leash. Everything you're doing, it's like the definition of insanity. You do the same thing over and over and expect different results. I don't know what the hell you're trying to accomplish, dude. And he's gonna just say something. This girl looks stressed. I mean, these people don't look... She looks stressed. They don't look happy. Poor little thing. So, this video's already been going on long enough. Let's see the end result of this. Dog is just absolutely exhausted. Oh! We're working with another dog. Terrific. So, what's the end result of... God, this poor thing. See, she's stressed. He's teaching this dog to be more aggressive. God, that poor thing. And she, gave a little head nod, like, yeah, just lay down. God, I certainly hope that they don't continue this. Oh, was he trying to get two dogs together? Jesus, dude. Choking. Okay, so after doing whatever with this dog, after screwing this dog up, it's on to the next one. Jesus, dude. Like, it doesn't take $400 and a special man to do this. Anybody here can do this without ever even meeting this guy. I don't recommend it, but it's nothing special. He's just physically exhausting the animal and forcing them into position. That is it. So the people who say, oh, look at the end result, the dog's now safe. Okay, here's your end result. Tucked tail, a dog that is now a ticking time bomb. Still dragging and popping. That's your end result. So I've been doing this long enough. I had to turn my AC off. It's very hot here. I had to turn my AC off, so I'm going to end that there so Adonis and I don't cook any further. But we will definitely get some more videos out for you. So I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you were able to learn something from it, even if just a bit of dog body language. Hope you all are doing well. Go give your critters some loving, a hug and a kiss, or just whatever they appreciate. And we'll see you in the next one. And until then, stay positive.